Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're gonna go over some new CoverGirl stuff. So I want to just give you my, I don't want to say the final thoughts, but I've been trying these things for a little bit now, and I kind of wanted to share what my experience has been, and they're all new products from CoverGirl. So first we're gonna start with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skincare Color Correcting Serum Primer Moisturizer, and I got the green one. They did have a couple of colors of this. The only two I saw at the store were the green one and then like the orangey one, and that one they do say on here for dark skin tones. I'm guessing that one's like a color corrector. I didn't really look into it that much. But this one says redness neutralizer, and usually like a green tinted anything is meant to kind of neutralize redness. This was $20, which it's kind of a lot for a serum from CoverGirl. But if it's really good, then maybe it's worth the $20. So it says it is for sensitive skin. It's also vegan and cruelty free, and it has avocado and ceramides. On the box it says a color correcting serum, moisturizer, and primer in one, formulated with 1.8% niacinamide to calm and correct tone related sensitivity issues instantly and over time. Adaptive pigments instantly neutralize and correct skin tone. Skin looks even and flawless, ready for makeup. It says you can use it alone or under makeup as a soothing primer. So the 1.8 niacinamide in here, in my opinion, is too low. I think you really need like a 4 or 5%-ish to kind of really see results with niacinamide. And then that being said, I wouldn't rely on my makeup products to give me skincare benefits. I think it's nice that it's in there, but I wouldn't use this every day expecting to see results from the niacinamide. At least that's just my opinion, because I would assume that there's not 1.8% niacinamide in every single pump that you're using. Like, how much do you have to use of this to get the niacinamide benefits, you know? And then on here it does also say to build up to your desired effect. So how much niacinamide are you getting? I don't know, I just feel kind of weird about that. But it is green. It's a really, really nice texture. I mean, let me see, you could definitely see some redness on my skin. I just washed my face and ate some hot food, so my skin's looking a little flushed. I don't really see, I meant to pull my hair back and I forgot. I don't really see any color correcting benefits from this. Let me get a little closer. That's a little better. And I don't know, it just, my skin looks exactly the same. And I find that when I try to build it up to my desired effect, like, what does that even mean? Do I just keep putting the serum on over and over and over, making a big thick layer just to kind of get the color correcting benefits? I just don't get that. But then again, they don't want to make it too green, because then when you go to put it on, it's going to be way too green on your face. So I bet it's kind of a delicate kind of situation where they got to make it green enough to give you like a veil of color correcting, but not so green that you have to be really delicate with how much you use. So I'm sure it was a tricky thing to formulate. I'm not trying to say that they did anything bad, but I don't really see any color correcting benefits from this. I know it says that it does instantly color correct. I don't really see it. But that being said, this is an awesome primer. I really, really like this. I was gonna take it back, but then once I kept using it, I was like, wait, this is awesome. It says it's a serum, moisturizer, and primer. I haven't tried it. I keep forgetting to try it out as like an all-in-one thing, like just wash my face and then try this out as a serum, moisturizer, and primer. Haven't tried that out just because I kept forgetting, but it feels awesome. It feels really, really good on the skin. Let me do a little swatch so you can see. Like, it's a really, really light veil of green. And at least on my skin tone, I don't see green at all on my skin. When I try to build it up, I do see a green veil. But even then, foundation and stuff is going to cover it up. So depending on how much you use, you might see a little bit of a green veil. Obviously, your skin tone, take that into account as well. If you're lighter than me, maybe you might see the green show up a little bit. But I mean, the redness, I think it looks exactly the same. But my skin is nice and plump and juicy. It's not thick, sticky, or tacky at all. Makeup goes on top of this so nicely and smooth. I really like this as a primer, and I'm definitely going to keep it and use it as a nice moisturizing primer. But as far as like it brightening my skin over time, I don't think you're getting enough niacinamide, and they also don't, like, they don't tell you how much you're getting in each pump or how much you have to use to get those benefits. Because if you have a lighter skin tone, maybe you do see the green a little more and you don't want to use as much because, you know, it's too green. Like, so are you going to get the niacinamide benefits if you don't use that much? I don't know. I don't know. But love this as a primer. Gonna keep it. I think it's kind of awesome. Even though I don't really see a lot of color correcting benefits, I do feel a lot of nice moisture and skin prep, and I really, really like it for a primer, but it is kind of expensive. So the next thing is the Yummy Gloss. I love this so much. I did get one shade. This is how it looks here. I don't know why, I just love that name, Yummy Gloss. Yummy. And I did talk about this in my, I think I did a video back in January, like a trying new makeup video. And when I first put this on, I put it on and I went, like without even thinking. It does have a nice little scent, a little artificial coconut scent, nothing too strong or crazy. It's just so smooth. It's so smooth without being greasy or oily. Not a lot of tack to it, not too thick, not too sticky. I like this. I like this a lot. I love reapplying it throughout the day. It's really nice and just a joy to put on. It does have a little bit of taste, like a little bit of that fake, like tropical scent that you can get in your mouth a little bit, but nothing bad. It doesn't make me hate it or anything like that. The next thing I want to talk about are the Clean Color Quads. They call these Clean Fresh, Clean Color Eyeshadow Quads. And I got two of them here. These were pretty expensive for what they were. I think these were $13.49, and I got these at CVS. But I loved the one that I bought so much that I had to go buy another one. I had to see if they were all going to be just as good. They only had one other one, so I did buy just the one they had. This one here is called Dreamy Pink, and these are vegan, talc-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, and they're also cruelty-free. So this is a wonderful eyeshadow formula, at least as far as the mattes go. I wish they would do one that's full matte. I didn't see the other ones they had or notice that they have a fully matte one. If they have a fully matte one, those are the ones I would suggest going for because I think you'll get the most for your money. But I don't know if they have a fully matte one. I hope they do. This is the one called Dreamy Pink. So you get two mattes here in the middle, whoops, and two, stretch my fingers, two shimmers on the outside here. On the back, it says they're 4 universally flattering shades in a matte, shimmer, and metallic finish, highly pigmented in one swipe colors in a clean vegan formula. Soft as clouds, easy breezy to apply. So these are seriously soft as clouds. These mattes are so rich, smooth, soft, buttery, pigmented, beautiful. Definitely one of the best eyeshadow formulas I've ever tried from a drugstore brand. Like, they got this matte formula down. It is so, so good. And as far as the shimmers go, I did try this one out in that video, so I'll link that video down below if you want to see this one in action, because I'm going to try the other one today. So these are the swatches of the one here called Dreamy Pink. I keep forgetting the name. There's the shimmer, the two mattes in the middle, and then there's this one on the end that I think is supposed to be the metallic one. And that one I don't really like. It's just chunky chunk city right here. So this one here, really beautiful, brightening, smooth, really nice shimmer. The mattes, look at those. And I know swatches don't always tell you everything about a color because even really crappy eyeshadows can swatch really nicely, but they're so, so good. And I did put this one in that video and I was even shocked, like one swipe and it was pigmented, it was blendable, it was easy to use, really pretty. But then this one on the end that's kind of super chunky, I think that's supposed to be the metallic one. I just don't like the way that it looks. I mean, in a swatch, I guess it looks kind of nice. I mean, look at that. But when I tried to put this on my lid, it just doesn't look that good. It kind of looks thick and chunky and a little crepey looking. Just the texture is not really right with that one. But the other three are awesome, awesome, awesome. Whether it's worth $13.49, I think it's kind of up to you to decide. I think it is kind of expensive for 4 shadows. But really, really good. I think that one, that's the best of the two, I think. And this is the one I'm going to use today called Cool Berry. This is the one I went to go get because I had to get another one. And this is the only other one they had. Again, it has 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. This one you get a really dark shade in here as well. Let me swatch this one. The dark shade isn't as smooth as the other mattes are, but I think it's just the nature of that color. It just doesn't feel as rich. It feels a little bit on the drier side. And even when you swatch it, like it's just one of those colors that is a little bit dry. Dang, look at that big swatch I did. So that's one of the mattes, that's another one of the mattes, and then these are the 2 shimmers here. And the 2 shimmers, they look so similar. And I mean, in a swatch, yeah, I guess they kind of look different, and in the pan they look a little different, but on the eyes, there's no way to tell which one you used. They look exactly the same once you get them on your eyes. So I think for a shadow quad, every single shade has to be usable and every shade needs to be different. And I think to get 2 shades in this one that are so similar is kind of like, kind of expensive to get 2 shimmers. They're exactly the same. But I'm going to use this one today so you can kind of see it in action. And I do already have eye primer on. My favorite, of course, the one from Morphe. Hopefully they're not going out of business because I love that primer. And I'm just going to use this matte here on the whole lid crease area. This darker one I'm going to use on the outer corner, and then I'm just going to grab one of these shimmers to put on the lid. Just something really easy. And these are kind of soft, depending on the brushes you're going to use. Like, I like to use these brushes that are a little scratchier, I guess. They have been irritating my eyes a little, so I'm trying to use a little more softer brushes. But this little scratchy brush I'm using today, like, kind of makes a mess in the palette, but I think it's just because the bristles are a little rough. And they do say these are pigmented in one swipe, and I think you do get the color that is in the pan. And I think as far as the colors go, what you see is what you're gonna get. And as far as my experience, these are super blendable. Like, look how easy that was to blend. Already, perfect one shadow look right there. This is definitely the best formula I've used from CoverGirl. I haven't had a great experience with their shadows. My favorite thing they've ever done as far as shadows go is the Shimmering Sands eyeshadow trio. All right, now I'm just gonna go with that darker one there, but I'm gonna kind of mix it with this a little bit. Just because I don't know, I just don't want the full darkness, you know? And I think it kind of automatically helps that darker shade kind of blend. Like blend into the color a little better. Okay, and I think, a little dusty, I think I'm gonna go with, I mean, they look so similar on the eyes. I know they look different here. I kind of want to go with this little bit of a more mauve-y one. And I love the packaging on these. I love clear packaging so much. Uh-oh. This isn't sticking on the lid that nicely. Uh-oh. Maybe this one isn't as nice as I thought. Oh no, that looks awful. Let me wipe that off. Ew. When I first used these, oh no, this one's not very good. I don't know about this one. Maybe it's because I put the shadow all over my lid and I haven't done that before. I mostly was just going like crease like this and then putting the shimmer on the lid. But I did the matte shadow all over the lid as well. So when I went in with the shimmer shadow, it wasn't sticking that well. So I did remove it with a little micellar water on my cloth. Interesting, because I use this one the same way, and these shimmers stick really nicely onto the lid. Okay, just something to be aware of with this one. Interesting. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and then we'll wrap up the video. Wow, a lot of fallout with that one too. So of the two, the one called Dreamy Pink is definitely the best. Like I barely get fallout with this one. It's just a much nicer quad, I think. I don't know what it is about this one. The one called Cool Berry, but those shimmers did not stick very well on the lid when I had some of the powder shadow on them. So just a heads up about that. But I'm gonna finish up my makeup. You'll get the full effect on the eye and then we'll wrap up this video. So I did finish up my makeup. I was trying to do a brow video in between this and oh my god, this brow looks horrendous. But let's just wrap up the CoverGirl products that I was trying. So the primer, I don't know what it was about today, but it just like gathered and pilled for some reason. But most of the time this has worked really well for me, but I have been only doing one layer. I tried to build it up a little today so you can kind of see the difference with multiple layers. But if you're gonna buy this one layer, I would say do one. Don't build it up to your desired effect because I don't think it's gonna look that good on your skin. But I do like it as a primer, although kind of expensive for what it is. And I don't think you're really going to get a lot of brightening benefits with that low percent of niacinamide. The Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss, I love this. I think it's so just yummy. I love putting it on. It's so smooth and luscious. Really like that a lot, but I don't need another color. Just going to keep the one. And then the eyeshadow quads, where's the other one at? There it is. I love the one called Dreamy Pink. This is the best one I think so far that I've tried. Obviously I've only tried two, but I liked this one a lot more than I liked this one today. That's kind of strange. Again, a product that just, I've used it before, but for some reason today just didn't really work that well. The shimmers were not sticking onto the lid well at all. I really don't like the way my eyeshadow looks today. I'm gonna take it off. So this one, not my favorite, but I do love the one called Dreamy Pink. Why can't I remember the name? But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you tried any of these new CoverGirl items, let me know what your experience has been. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you tomorrow for another drugstore video. Goodbye.